What's up, guys? This is Casey and welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be your stimulus update video for September 7th, 2020. Got a little bit to talk about, so let's just kind of hop into this. So President Donald Trump came out on Forbes.com and announced that he would like the second stimulus check to be released, and he would like that to be released now. Now you're probably wondering, well, how can he do that? Well, apparently there seems to be an additional billions of dollars, actually 300 billion to be exact, in stimulus relief money that was provided for the PPP, or I should say the Payment Protection Program, for small businesses that is just kind of sitting there in limbo. Apparently, I guess businesses filed for the funds and they've gotten it, and then there's some additional reserves. So President Trump on Friday at the White House, he stated that there's $300 billion that is sitting in the reserves for the PPP, and he's like, well, what are we doing? It's just sitting here. So he actually reached out to Congress to see if he could, without their approval, get the funds released so that he could use that money for a second stimulus check, get it signed as an executive order, and get it sent out. And Congress replied, no, you can't. So he is looking to see if that they are willing to, in a separate package outside of the executive orders, be willing to sign a bill that will redirect those funds for the PPP money or the unemployment money to stimulus checks. And if they do that, that'd be an awesome thing, because basically, while Congress is still in negotiations for a second stimulus update, or I should say second stimulus package, they could theoretically sign a separate bill or separate authorization that would allow the president to take and redirect the unused unemployment funds for the PPP program and just basically allocate that for stimulus checks. And that would be an amazing thing. Now, whether or not they actually will do that is another question. So if you guys are not already aware, Congress is set to come back from recess as of tomorrow. And as of right now, they have not discussed specifically in the revised stimulus package that they are hoping to approve. They've not, as of recently, discussed including a second stimulus check, which is very concerning, because for months and months and months, they've basically been leading the American people on, making us think that there's going to be a second stimulus check. And as we've kind of gotten along in the process, we've just kind of determined that they're slowly trying to just basically not include it. Now, while you have the Democrats that want to include this, $2.5–3 trillion package, the Republicans went from $1 billion to now, from $1 trillion to $500 million to now saying, okay, they'll meet in the middle at, $1.5 trillion. But yet and still, with all the negotiations, they haven't yet still announced now that they want to do a stimulus check. So my thinking is that they probably think that they're not necessary. I would probably disagree with that statement. But overall, the fact that the president does want to allocate those unused funds is a very, very good thing. And the reason being is that even if they do come to an agreement with the second stimulus package, if they don't explicitly put the second stimulus check in that package, they still are going to have the $300 billion that they are going to have to figure out what to do with it. And typically the way the bills work is when they've already allocated the funds, that means that they've already taken the money and that they've redirected it for a particular purpose. And well, what do you do when the money doesn't get used? Do you just put that back into the overall general government fund, or do you try to reallocate it for something that's going to be just as productive? And I think that's going to be what they're going to look into. So, who knows? Potentially Congress will come back and they will say, yeah, we can go ahead and reallocate those funds. I'm not entirely sure that they're going to do it, but if they do that, that's going to be an amazing thing. Now, as you guys are already well aware, the Democrats and Republicans did agree on a $1,200 stimulus check in their previous packages with the CARES and with the HEROES and so forth. But as of right now, we don't exactly know. So they are going to continue negotiations, hopefully tomorrow once they come back from recess. And we're just going to kind of play it by ear to see where we are with this. So, yeah, let's see what Congress says with, trying to reallocate these funds. It's very possible that we do get a second stimulus check, and it's totally outside of a second stimulus update package that gets approved by Congress. It would be kind of cool to get that. It wouldn't be a game changer. It's not exactly like people would exactly, change their lives, but it would certainly help for those who are unemployed or those who are still employed but can use the additional funds. So guys, this is your 5-minute update. If you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you do so. If you found the content very valuable, please just hit the like button, leave a comment. That's greatly appreciated, and it helps the channel and the algorithms. And other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Take care and stay safe.